Australia for over 30 years. And put simply, they are used extensively as they save you around 30% compared to a conventional slab. Here's some reasons why waffle pod slabs are used by most residential builders. They actually use the concrete more effectively, the pods won't crack, there are consistent spaces.
Tonight on 8 out of 10 Cats, hitting the right notes, it's Jamie Cullum. Top Cat, it's Catherine Lyons. And her team captain, John Richardson. And facing in tonight, Radio Queen, it's Kirsty Young. The Beard and the Wonderful is Joe Wilkinson. And their team captain, Sean Locke. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy.
Welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 67% of British couples don't actually have sex on their wedding night, which is just one of the reasons why for so many British women it's the happiest day of their lives. 47% of Brits have the same hairstyle they've had their whole adult life. I've had the same haircut since I was a kid. I looked up at one of the photos on the wall and I said, I want that one. And then I left the Lego shop and went to the hairdressers. And a third of women apply their makeup on the way to work, which is why they turn up looking like Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It's our panelist's job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. John Steen, what do you think the nation will be talking about this week?
I've been talking a little bit about Ed Miliband.
Oh, yeah. How did that end up?
He was trending on Twitter, but so was Kim Kardashian's arse. And I don't know about you, but I know which one I'd rather watch eat a bacon sandwich.
Should we take a look at Kim Kardashian's arse while we're here? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's... If you take a look there, each buttock is the size of her head.
I've got them gloves.
Kim Kardashian's famous because her father was a lawyer who defended O.J. Simpson in the O.J. Simpson murder trial. He did this while Kim Kardashian's mother was Nicole Brown Simpson's best friend. And then he died of cancer. And then his daughter went on to marry Kanye West, the man who murders music. So it's full circle, really.
Okay, back to Ed Miliband. We've all had a lovely look at someone's bum.
I could just imagine Ed Miliband watching this and going, when are they going to talk about me?
Okay, there are rumours that 20 shadow ministers are on the brink of calling for Ed Miliband to stand down. Do you think he'll go?
Well, it's hard to find anybody who doesn't. Every time they see Ed Miliband, the first thing I do, I still do, every time I see him, I go, how did you get to be leader of the Labour Party? You still can't quite get over it.
Well, what do you think he should do to boost his popularity? What do you think, Kirsty?
Grace O'Mine's the mayor working on it right now. What has he got? He's got 13% of people think that he would make a good Prime Minister.
Yeah. I think he should go in the jungle. You know,
well, that would be a great way to boost his popularity.
And he'd get a vote. There's a chance. And we've seen him eat a bacon sandwich, kangaroo bollocks, next week.
Here's him eating a bacon sandwich. How entertaining would it be to see him eat a kangaroo bollock? That's a bacon sandwich. I mean, it doesn't look great. Do you want to see how he dealt with... he got a very tough question last week. Let's take a look and see how he handled it.
While I'm here and I've got the microphone, Ed, I just want to ask you, do you accept that there is a crisis of confidence in your leadership at the moment? And will you tell those who are sniping against you to put up or shut up?
Okay, and the gentleman who I meant in the yellow tie.
You might as well have just gone, da, 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 da. Anyway, over there.
You've met him, right? You spent time. He's done
Yeah.
Desert Island
He
Discs.
did Desert Island Discs actually almost exactly a year ago, yeah.
And so that was the beginning of his demise, I'd say.
I always ask people, of the 8 tracks they've chosen, which one would they save from the waves? And his was Angels by Robbie Williams.
I mean, I'm sure he picked Robbie Williams' Angels because they went through the demographics and went, well, our key voters, that would be the song
I did,
that would most
I
appeal.
did ask, I said, who's been through your list? You know, just let's get this out in the open, because obviously most
Yeah.
politicians are going to have a spin doctor who's going to say best not to choose Deutschland über alles, best to choose. So he said he'd done his list himself, but it just was a bit of a coincidence that it was one of the best-selling singles of the last 20 years in Britain.
I think Ed Miliband's one of those people that whatever you said, whatever record he'd chosen, all of us naturally goes, "Dah!" Just one of those people who's condemned to being a wanker.
Jamie, have you met Ed Miliband?
I've not met Ed Miliband, but I did this live-streamed music lesson to schools all over the UK. And as we were playing, suddenly Ed Balls turned up and started playing the drums.
You weren't expecting this at
I was
all?
tricked into having a jam session with Ed Balls.
We've got a picture of this.
Oh, you're kidding me.
That's you.
Does he know there's not a drum neck?
He looks like he's about to punch me in the face.
Ed Miliband's problem is that he's the wrong brother, isn't he, basically? It's like Phil Neville getting the BBC job ahead of Gary, and you getting this instead of Alan.
Do you know, the last person... You're not the first person to say that. I think Jason Manford made a similar point. Let's see if Ed Miliband is up there. I'm not saying Ed Miliband isn't up to the job, but by now Lord Sugar would have sent him to sit in a cafe and think about what he'd done. OK, Sean's team, what else has the nation been talking about this week?
The Band-Aid are getting back together again. Bob Geldof said he got a call from the UN. As he's got like a bat phone or something. So they're going to do a song to raise money for Ebola.
Apparently they've changed the lyrics because because it's to raise money for Ebola specifically. So instead of Bono singing, well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you, well, tonight we're reaching out and touching you, which is the worst possible idea if someone has Ebola.
Tonight we're reaching out at you.
Jess, are you excited about the lineup?
I don't really know.
Well, I'll tell you, it's good. It's One Direction, Ed Sheeran, Bastille, Ellie Goulding.
I actually think that sounds quite good.
I think it'll be all right,
Yeah, that sounds like a good lineup.
Yeah.
You in it, Jamie? You in the
No, I knew you were going to ask me that. No, I'm not in it.
But you've just done a charity thing, haven't you? You've just done
I
the one for
did the
children
God
in
Only
need.
Knows thing for the BBC, yeah, for children in need.
Why is it always like a charity single? Why don't they do like charity crisps?
I did Jimmy Concani. Does that mean nothing to you? The Walkers campaign for Comic Relief a couple of years ago. Yeah, that literally happened. That is a thing that happened. It was me, Frank Skinner and Al Murray and a bunch of us came.
And me.
Oh, was it?
Sean Cocktail. I think it'd be good if songs could actually change things, make things better. They were like a powerful force.
Well, what would you change
Well,
with the power song?
I'd go to North Korea, go to Kim Jong-un, and say, look, unless you stop your nuclear tests, I'll get Katie Melua, One Direction, Ed Sheeran, and Miley Cyrus, and we're going to do a hell of a song. Change your ways, Kim Jong-un.
We've got Jamie here. He's a very talented musician. I've got a keyboard. We'll get him to do a song.
Yeah.
No problem at all. There you go. Bang, you're on the...
What do you want me to do?
We were going to raise money for like a good cause. John's getting married, and we'd quite like to raise money so he doesn't wear a cardigan. So if we raise money for a suit for his wedding, that'd be...
Okay, so you're getting married.
Let's hope so.
John.
Okay.
Every day's a bonus so far.
Do you want maracas for John?
Okay.
If I had them, I wouldn't need to get married.
Sounds like a joke. Doesn't make any sense.
I like it. I like those.
John Richardson. He wears his beauty on the inside.
That's harsh.
make his little face come alive.
He's got a little face.
He's gonna take her up the aisle. He's gonna take her up the aisle. So let's help him do it in style. People, can you hear me? He could look as good as Jimmy. John Richardson. He's got the soul of a champion. John Richardson. There you go.
John, do the appeal that they do at the end, down the lens. Do the appeal.
I'm getting married in a cardigan. Frankly, I don't give a shit what anyone else thinks. I'm getting married. I've never felt simultaneously so patronised and so happy. If you just want to live in my house and just look at me every now and then and go, do the maracas? That was a treat, thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Cullum. Wild occasions. Do you ever get the missus to dress up in a cardigan?
I was going to feel like I'm fucking myself.
Let's see if Band-Aid is up there. Yes, the new Band-Aid song. Bob Geldof said Band-Aid getting back together was the worst kept secret in show business. Oh, come now, said Louis Walsh. All right, Johnston, what else did the nation be talking about this week?
We've landed on the moon, haven't we?
Near enough, I'd say. Is that near enough? It's an incredible story, isn't it?
Apparently, yeah. We've landed a fridge on a comet. They said it was the equivalent of throwing a hammer in London and hitting a nail in Delhi.
Yeah, they've sort of done quite a lot of that stuff in the papers, trying to make us understand what's going on. So they said this was an incredible feat. It's like a golfer sending a golf ball 4 times round the Earth and still managing to score a hole-in-one.
I don't understand that, because the hole-in-one is the least impressive part of that. It's the fact that they've sent it round the world, isn't it? The hole-in-one at the end is irrelevant, surely.
You'd be pissed off if you sent a ball around the world 4 times and someone went, didn't even go in.
That's what I mean.
Because another one of them was that it's like getting a fly to land on a bullet. And if you're taking Jamie's logic, the impressive thing about that was persuading a fly to do that.
Joe, you're often surrounded by flies. What do you make of this probe landing on a comet?
Well, it's got a decent sat-nav, hasn't it? Because my one's shit, so I wouldn't mind the one they use, because it got to a pissing comet. I can't even get to Guildford without it going around the main system.
It did go around the Earth 3 times. I think you'd be a bit pissed off if you sat nav.
My car's diesel.
Kirsty, were you excited by the comet?
It doesn't really do it for me. No, it doesn't really do it. But plus they called it, what was it, 67p? Well, that's rubbish, isn't it? If you really want to engage people, don't name it after something in budgeons that, you know, is on the pound shelf. I think
it's a bargain if it's on the pound shelf. 67p, Joe would be all over that.
Technically, it's part of the EU now, isn't it, as well, because it's a European space probe. So it's technically part of Europe. We've claimed it.
And Europe has just demanded a bunch of money from David Cameron. He must be